Welcome back to the Relius Reviews. Today's review is focused on 2022 movie entitled Fresh. And the official synopsis of Fresh is the horrors of modern dating seen through one young woman's defiant battle to survive her new boyfriend's unusual appetites. And before I give out my review, please like the video, subscribe, or just watch and keep it on moving. Fresh as a movie, I really did like this movie a lot. It was crazy, gruesome, freaked up in many different ways. And here are some of the things that I liked about this movie. I felt like all of the performances in this movie that were done by all of the actors and actresses, they were all pretty good. Daisy Edgar Jones as Noah, she did a good job of her performance, as Noah is just somebody that is just trying to meet people on this dating app, go on dates, and potentially find her soulmate, to say the least. Sebastian Stan as Steve, he was good as well, but dude was definitely crazy by all living mess, as it just seems as if like Steve is just the perfect guy. As he and Noah goes out on a few different dates, everything seems to go good until they decide to go on a trip together. And once they decide to go on this crazy trip together, this is where all hell breaks loose at the worst possible moments. And this is where we finally see who Steve truly is. Jojo T. Gibbs as Molly, she was my favorite side character in this movie because her and Noah's relationship as best friends is strong, it's tight, is like bonded. And she was just the type of friend that was just always on the lookout for her best friend. Like if something wasn't right, she would always just go investigate to see what was going on. But the performances by all of the different actors and actresses in this movie was pretty good. The story to me was pretty interesting. It's not really nothing new when you look at it, but it definitely did throw in the curveball after the first 30 minutes. I felt like after that huge crazy was revealed and everything, that is when the real movie officially started, with Noah, Steve, and Steve's crazy secret shocking job and everything else. And just seeing what he does for a living was just really mind-boggling, as this movie was exceptionally dark, gruesome, had a lot of just crazy different violent scenes. Some people became t-shirts in a way, but not really that much. People trying to investigate missing people. Like, this movie had it all. This movie was just exceptionally crazy to me, in my honest opinion. Like, I think the story was pretty good. Like I mentioned before, the violence in this movie was really done. It was really done well. Like, Steve's character was bat as crazy. Like, he was just, I don't know what you could describe him. You could describe him as like a Hannibal Lecter in a way, because of what he was doing and how he was just manipulating his victims, being able to like coerce them into thinking that he's something else. And then once everything happens, like, it is just really, really mind boggling with how things just transpire. When it comes to a few things that I did not like about this movie, I would say that maybe some of the things that I did not like about this movie was that I kind of wanted to find out a little bit more about Steve's clients in a way. Like, you do know that the clients are like rich and famous and like powerful people, but I want to find out a lot more exactly about who they were in a way, and like why do they like what they like. Another thing that I did not like about this movie was that there was a few questions that I have about it that I felt like was never answered in a way, and was just, it just left me like wanting a little bit more. Like, I'm not going to say what it was exactly, but there was a few different questions that I had about it that just I felt was left unanswered. My thoughts on the ending on this movie is that honestly, I am not mad about it. After everything that has happened, I am not mad about the ending. And honestly, this movie does have like a moral lesson, like a moral of the story. And that would probably be to just be careful with who you decide to connect on dating apps, because You might end up like the people in this movie, to say the least, like honestly. But honestly, Fresh as a movie was a pretty interesting movie to me, in my honest opinion. It was dark, gruesome, gritty, crazy in many different ways. And this movie is definitely not for everybody by a long shot. And how I would rate the movie Fresh out of 5 stars, I would give the movie Fresh maybe 4 stars out of 5. So thank you for watching, and until next time, goodbye.